Mountain State Mysteries contains adult content that may not be suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
I'm your host, Mark,
And I'm Courtney.
and this is Mountain State Mysteries. The case we have for you today is about a girl who had her whole life ahead of her. This is the story of Nicole Dawn Markey. Nicole was last seen by her family on January 17, 2003, when she left her home in the Four States area of West Virginia. She was walking over to her grandmother's house, something that she did often, but this time it was different. She didn't make it to her grandmother's house. Nicole never returned home that evening. When her mother, Sherry, realized she never got a call from Nicole during the day, she started to get concerned.
Sherry said in an interview that, quote, she was a good kid and would always check in with me. I thought maybe she was with the new guy she was dating, but she wasn't, end quote.
Sherry told Dateline she had a bad feeling and wasn't taking any chances, so she called the Marion County Sheriff's Department and reported her missing.
Family and friends immediately started searching the hills in the Four States area of Fairmont, West Virginia, looking in sheds, backyards, ditches, and walking through the woods trying to find Nicole, but sadly there was no trace of her. Terry Harris, Nicole's cousin, said, quote, I remember just all of us being in the back of trucks, looking for her in ditches, up and along streets, anywhere we could go, walking the hills, end quote.
Nicole's 17th birthday came and gone. Her family was still searching for the answer of where Nicole was. Nicole's mother, Sherry, told Dateline she'll always remember the day Nicole was born because it was the aftermath of the fatal Space Shuttle Challenger disaster on January 28, 1986. The search for Nicole never stopped. About 2 weeks later, on February 1st, 2003, a hunter found her body laying face down in the Teverbaugh Creek in the Four States area of Marion County. The day Nicole's body was found was also marked by another disaster. It was the day of the Space Shuttle Columbia explosion that killed all 7 crew members. Sherry said, quote, it's just something I'll never forget, end quote. Sheriff Jimmy Rifle was a roadway deputy at the time, but remembers the impact the case had on the community. What they initially thought was that Nicole was another runaway juvenile quickly turned into a homicide investigation. He told Dateline that the medical examiner concluded that Nicole's death was a homicide, which jump-started the investigation. 12 News reported that the autopsy results revealed her cause of death was drowning. Deputies were confident that they knew who her murderer was.
2 years later, in July of 2003, 20-year-old William Hammond of Four States was charged with the first-degree murder in connection with Nicole's death. Sheriff Rifle did not get into specifics on what led investigators to Hammond or whether or not the two knew each other. 5 months later, prosecutors dropped the charges against Hammond. According to NBC affiliate WBOY, former Marion County prosecuting attorney Susan Rifle said in December 2003, quote, we felt the case needed more investigation. We felt the best thing for the victim and for justice was to dismiss the indictment without prejudice. Christine Hall, Nicole's aunt, said, quote, I flipped out. I couldn't believe it, end quote. No further charges have been filed in the case.
Sherry told Dateline, quote, it's not fair and it's not right. The one who took my child's life is out there running around free. It's not fair for her, not fair for her family, not fair for her son, end quote. Detective Kevin Alkier said people in the community of Four States are staying tight-lipped. Quote, I would say probably someone in 4 states or more than one individual probably has information about this case, and we can just hope one day they will come forward, end quote. Nicole's son Jeremiah was just 1 month away from turning 2 years old when his mother was killed. He was raised by Sherry and her husband Jeff. When he graduated high school in 2020, he said it was in honor of his mother, who wasn't able to graduate before she was killed. Sherry said, quote, she'd be so proud of him, end quote. She also said that he's a spitting image of Nicole, from her bright smile to her spunky attitude. Sherry said, quote, we keep her memory alive for him and for us, every holiday, every birthday, every day of our lives. We talk about her, end quote.
Nicole's family hopes that keeping her memory alive will fuel their never-ending fight for justice. She believes the person who killed her daughter was infatuated with her, and that the charges should never have been dropped. Sherry said, quote, he continues to be free while our family mourns. It's like a nightmare that never ends, end quote. Sheriff Rifle told Dateline that he understands that the family is frustrated over the lack of closure and stressed that they haven't given up on her case. Quote, throughout the years, the investigation slowed down as we exhausted all of our leads and tips stopped coming in, end quote. Sheriff Rifle added that the case is cold, but as detectives have time, they work on it.
For now, Nicole's family visits her memorial. Sherry said that her daughter's death will always haunt her.
Family members have mixed emotions about whether the case will ever be closed. For now, they keep her memory alive by sharing her story with the community and online with the Facebook group in memory of Nicole Dawn Markey.
Anyone with any information regarding Nicole's case is asked to contact the Marion County Sheriff's Department at 304-367-5300. Courtney, do you have any final thoughts on this case?
I just think it's really sad that this case hasn't garnered much attention. I feel that it's sad that the police have failed her. I think that's the biggest thing. One of my biggest questions is I wonder if the sheriff and the prosecuting attorney were kin. And I just want to know what led them to think that there was a lack of evidence. What made them think other things of this nature? You know, I want to know what else was happened to her. You know, I mean, they said it was a drowning, but it makes you, I know people can drown in a few inches of water and everything, but it just makes me wonder, you know, how this happened. Was there anything else? Was there stuff that they missed? Things of that nature. I'm sad that this son never got the chance to really know his mother, that he never got to experience a lot of memories with his mother, but I'm happy that his family is keeping the memory of her alive for him. Mark, do you have any final thoughts on this?
Like you, I really hate this case hasn't got the light that it should. I honestly feel like it could be solved if the pieces were there. I want to know, like you know, if there was more than just drowning, because I feel like I'm not sure how deep the river is, if she was on the bank of it or what, but I feel like there is definitely more to it than just drowning. I wonder why they let William Hammond go free. I wonder what evidence was lacking, what evidence they did have on him, and why he's only been really the only suspect in this case that I was able to find. Seeing pictures of Jeremiah on Facebook, on the Facebook page with her family, it honestly broke my heart doing the research for this case. But it also kind of made me smile because you can see him and his family smiling through the pain, celebrating Nicole to this day. And honestly just cannot imagine what they've gone through all these years, knowing how easily her case could be solved. Stay tuned for the next episode, where we will be telling you the story of a Marshall student whose case has left everyone scratching their heads. If you find yourself enjoying Mountain State Mysteries, give us a 5-star review and leave a comment wherever you listen to podcasts.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, all at Mountain State Mysteries.
If you have a case you want us to cover, send us an email at mountainstatemysteries304@gmail.com.
For the show notes, check out our website, mountainstatemysteriespodcast.com.